Oti region is among the newly created regions in Ghana. It has Dambai in Karachi East as its regional capital. The region is agrarian with a youthful population. 5 out of the 9 districts are surrounded by the Volta Lake. Access to basic education takes different ways, especially by either land or canoe. With a mixed educational system, the enclave has 10 public senior high schools scattered across the region. Dambai in Karachi East District has 2 public secondary schools, namely the Oti Senior High Technical School located at Dambai and the Yabram Community Day School. Oti Senior High Technical School began as Banka Senior School in 1991 in a structure as an experimental school and as a day facility with 4 members of staff and 8 students. As the numbers increased, the community decided to name the school after a common resource, thereby renaming it after the Oti River. Government took over the administration of the school in 2013 and made it a boarding institution without the corresponding infrastructure. With a student population of 768, comprising 568 boarders and 176 day students, it has 74 teaching staff and 29 non-teaching staff. The introduction of the free senior high school policy has affected the school positively in terms of enrollment and retention of students.
Before the free CHS, it was difficult for some of the students to pay their school fees. So most of them were dropping out, not because they are not intelligent, but because the parents could not afford to pay the fees. With free CHS, we've seen that the numbers have increased.
Today, Oti Senior High Technical School has countless challenges with accommodation for both students and staff topping the list.
Student supervision. Yeah, we have issue with that due to teachers not being on campus, so they're not able to supervise, especially prep, their evening learning activities, and then their movement during weekends. Currently we have only the headmaster and one assistant.
We are only 2 teachers who live on campus. So the 2 of us have taken upon ourselves to do the supervision in the evening. Only the 2 of us. Sometimes we need to even plead with the teachers to come back to campus because they are living far away from school. So accommodation is one of the bigger challenges we have on campus, that's staff accommodation.
These 2 structures serve as the dining and assembly halls respectively. Without a staff common room, this classroom now serves the said purpose. Academically, Oti Senior Technical School is confronted with challenges at all levels.
Whenever we are having practical, some of the chemicals, we don't have it. We just do it as written aspects and then reading, so we don't have any experiences about it.
Our ICT lab and then the library as well, and then the long hall also, and then the rows in the school are not well tidy. And also our dining hall is not large enough to accommodate with the students. The students are more than the dining hall we are using. So when we go, we face a lot of challenges, and also our kitchen, where they prepare food for us, is not well tidy, and it is disorganized.
These old structures are still in use due to inadequate classrooms. A sick bay, which was started by a former member of parliament of the area, has come to a standstill. A parcel of land earmarked in 1991 for the construction of an administration epic center still lies fallow. Sited in the town center, Oti Senior Secondary Technical School has vast stretch of land for any future infrastructural development. The school runs 6 programs: general science, general arts, agricultural science, business, home economics, and technical studies. 10 head teachers have since managed Oti Senior High Technical School since 1991. Also in Dambai is Yabram Community Day School, the second public senior secondary facility in the regional capital. Established on 6th February 2017 and situated at Dambai Nkwanta on the Dambai-Accra Highway, Yabram Community Day School is one of the E-block schools constructed by the former administration led by President John Mahama. As a Category C school, students here enjoy government's free education policy as all others in the country. Even though the school is free, students of Yabram Community Day School have to pay a higher price just to access education, as the school is far away from the community and students have to work long hours to and from school. Some do the about 10 kilometers journey in between 2 and 3 hours from the town center. Majority of students who get admission to this school from outside the districts refuse to go due to the distance and without boarding facility.
Sometimes some don't have money to rent the services of pragiers or cadets. So that is why when they come, no. And the second aspect is that the school is a day. And then, Ghana will set free education. And then others are in the boarding school and enjoying the boarding facilities. Then you will be here. Sometimes you have to rent accommodation at the nearby places. That is why students refuse admission to this school.
It is common sight to encounter students of the school walking from the town center. A few lucky ones can be seen on their bicycles, while some use umbrellas due to the harsh weather. Some also have to beg for rides from motorists. This, some students say, exposes them to danger.
The journey from home to school is tiring. You get to school feeling sleepy. To avoid punishment for sleeping in class, you have to stand as teaching is ongoing.
The school has a bus, but these students say it is not helping.
The bus is more for our numbers, and the old bus is broken down. If the government can repair it or buy a new one for us, we would appreciate.
We actually began with 2 cities with the bus. The crux of the matter is that if the bus want to take all the students, they will go 3 trips. But because of what? The money problem, that is why they are not able to go. So sometimes when you ask for the students, they will tell you that they don't have what it takes to join the bus. So most instances you go and you see the bus coming, sometimes just a few of them who are able to come on board the bus.
We gave a female student a ride in our car. Her story was pathetic.
We wake up at 4 o'clock and I'll go and fetch water. After I'll bath and come to school, I'll become late. So as I'll come, the seniors will be in the door waiting for us. So even when we are late, they will not spare you. They will give you punishment to go and do. When you they close and you went home, you can't learn anything because you are tired. You will walk to home. You can't learn.
Based on her story, we had to find out from the political head of the region, Mr. Joshua Makubu, what he was doing about the plight of the students.
Walking on daily basis, almost 10 kilometers in and 10 kilometers out. And you know, especially during the dry season like this time, the kind of heat you have to endure from that place back to school is appalling. That's why I've always held the idea that the time that school was going to be put up, the Oti Senior High School was there. And the problem we have in Oti Senior High School is infrastructure. If the huge infrastructure at the Community Day Senior High School was added, Oti Senior High School has become one of the model SHSs in in the region, and will actually befit the regional capital status. However, when we came to office, we realized that the distance was too much. So the MPP government initiated the conversion of that school from a day school to a boarding school. And then 2 separate dormitory projects have been awarded for a boys' dormitory and then a girls' dormitory under GET Fund. However, the projects for some time now have stalled. As at last, it has to do with payment issues, which we are working on.
Here, we chanced upon a pregnant student with her friends walking from school. Both students and staff are calling on the authorities to speed up work on the hostel facilities and the construction to save them from the long-distance journey on foot, which is also affecting their academic life. The problems of Yabram Community Day School go beyond the long distance students have to endure. Just 6 years into its inception, and some ceilings are already falling off. And some floor tiles also coming off. Termites also have a field day doing what they do best.
This is an enhanced science lab, but my major challenge here is that all the benches which we display all our chemicals on have been infested by termites. Last, when I made an inquiry about the amount it takes to fix just one room here, is about 240 million Ghana cedis, which I don't think the school can afford. Then the second one has to do with the gas tap. The taps are there, but the cylinders have not been connected to the gas tap. So it becomes a challenge anytime we would like to carry out reactions that involve heating of substances in both biology, chemistry, and the physics lab. Those are the major challenges I faced here.
Yabram Community Day School has a spacious staff common room. The home economics and food and nutrition departments are not spared the inadequacies.
In the food department, they lack the sink, which if they finish preparing food, they have to descend from the top and come and pour the water away. And then the stove, which they will use for baking their things. We have a lot of challenges.
So we are humbly appealing to the government and to the individuals, NGOs, to come to our aid, to provide us with some practical equipment, such as sewing machines, refrigerators, cooking utensils for practicals. We don't have sinks at the departments, so we need sinks as well.
And our library is not adequate for us. And a computer lab, even we don't have even single computer. All that are the challenges that we are facing in this school.
This teachers' bungalow serves only 8 out of the over 80 staff strength.
About 80% of our teachers are not resident on campus. They have to travel all the way from town at the expense of the little that they take the end. So, at the close of the month, you find that teachers find themselves wanting because the men have been used on transportation.
Some classrooms have been converted into dormitories for students.
Normally, we do that when our students get to the 3rd year and we prepare them for WASSCE exams. So that from here to town, it's a long distance. But when we bring them closer, we have access to monitor their studies and then also have time to take them through whatever we want to do.
To elevate the struggles facing the students, government is adding boarding facilities for Yabram Community Day School and has made available some beds and mattresses to be used upon completion. Authorities of both schools believe that given the right learning environment, teaching and learning would improve, enrollment and retention of students would also increase and enhance upon the human resource base of the youth of the country.
We are fortunate it's not raining. We don't have a place where we gather as a school. We don't have an assembly hall. So we used to gather under a mango canopy anytime we have any function as a school. So assembly hall is one of the challenges, and so we are not able to even host programs that we are supposed to host as a regional capital school. So most of the time, anytime a letter comes that we should host a program, I had to let it go to Yabram because they have an assembly hall that can accommodate other people. Meanwhile, OT has been there long before Yabram was created.
Both students and staff are calling on the Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service to fast-track action on their needs.